Welcome to Sunburst Digital's Introducing Dash and Dot. Today we're going to go over why to teach robotics and coding. We're going to meet Dash and Dot personally. We're going to discuss how to get started. We will introduce the 5 apps and accessories. We will look at how to use Dash and Dot in your classroom. And we will review resources and support and go over some frequently asked questions. So why teach robotics and coding? Robotics instruction allows students to become active learners as they apply knowledge gained, see the results in action. Students can problem solve, create, and explain their logic while learning sequence design and coding skills. These skills will not only prepare students for future learning, but also future careers. So now, let's introduce Dash and Dot. Dash and Dot are award-winning programmable robots that allow any student to shape, change, or reimagine the world around them. Dash and Dot with the Wonder Workshop apps allow students to use their imagination as they learn programming skills. Each robot performs behaviors with the use of the Wonder Workshop apps, allowing students to be challenged as they complete tasks in programming and to even create their own programs. Now let's meet each robot separately. First, let's meet Dash. Dash is a helpful robot who likes going on adventures, dancing, navigating through obstacle courses, and making music. Your students will learn programming to bring Dash to life. Dash can move, blink lights, make sounds, and sense things in the environment. Dash has 2 wheels, 4 programmable buttons, 12 LED lights in his eyes, 2 RGB LEDs in his ears and chest, and 2 red LEDs in his tail, 3 microphones, 1 IR sensor, and 3 distance sensors, 2 in front and 1 in back. Dash can look up 25 degrees and down 10 degrees, and right and left 120 degrees. He can drive forward, backward, turn left and right, and spin completely around, and he detects the signal that Dot sends. He comes with pre-programmed sounds, and you can record your own sounds. And Dash works with all 5 Wonder apps. Now let's meet Dot. Dot is a little brain and can be transformed into any gadget or game. Younger students can start with changing Dot's colors, and as they get more experienced at coding, they can turn Dot into a magic 8-ball, an alarm clock, or even a light sword. Dot might be small, but comes with a lot of attitude. And just like Dash, Dot has 1 microphone, 12 LED lights in her eye, 3 RGB LEDs in ears and eye, and 4 programmable buttons. Dot can detect movements because of an accelerometer, so she knows when you're tossing, shaking, moving, or tilting, even holding her. And she sends a signal from 4 emitters to Dash to receive. She has a variety of pre-programmed sounds, and you can record your own. And Dot works with the Go, Wonder, and Blockly apps. Getting started with Dash and Dot is as simple as 1, 2, 3. 1, make sure to label each robot with a permanent marker, sticker, or label. You can even have students vote on your robot's names. You need to download 2. All 5 Wonder apps from Wonder Workshop, and Wonder will help you set up each robot and label them. And 3, each robot has a rechargeable battery, so make sure to charge your robots. Plug them into the wall or computer, and it takes about 60 to 90 minutes to charge. We recommend a 5 to 10 port charger for multiple robots. And the robot is charging when the micro USB connection port illuminates with the cord plugged in, and when the light turns off, the robot is fully charged. Dash has a battery life of 90 minutes, and Dot has a battery life of several hours. The power button will flash when they have less than 10% battery left. Your smart device will also show battery life. Make sure to always set up a day before so that you know any updates to software have already occurred and your students are ready to interact with Dash and Dot on your first day of implementation. So now let's go over the Wonder apps. So there are 5 apps, and Dash works with all 5, Go, Wonder, Blockly, Path, and Xylo. Whereas Dot works with Go, Wonder, and Blockly. So now let's look at the Go app. From the home screen, we're going to press the play button or the orange circle, and it's going to search for a robot. And right now we don't have a robot on, so I'm going to go and turn one of our robots on. And we're going to press search again. If this searching for robots does not automatically populate, you can also press the orange circle in the far right corner, and you can connect to a robot that way. You just push down on the picture until you're completely connected. And once we're connected, it's going to open up the Go app. And from the Go app, it allows you to customize your robot by setting up personalities and programming sounds. You can record your own voice and have the robots play it back. And students will also learn how to navigate with the Go app. So for Dash, we have 2 extra tabs, which are the movement tabs. For Dash and Dot, we have the eye that can be manipulated, the sound effects, and the color lights. So let's go back to movement. And I'm going to turn Dash around really quick. All right, so on the eye, we can make the eye very, very bright, or we can dim the eye by scrolling the bar. We can change the pattern in the eye by turning off some of the lights. We can change the pattern of the lights in Dash's chest and ears by pushing on these arrows, and we can change the colors by moving these circles back and forth. The other option that is available for both Dash and Dot is the pre-recorded sounds and recording sounds. So we can press on a sound. We also have the ability to record up to 10 sounds, and we can re-record sounds also. The functions that are exclusively for Dash are the ability to navigate head control. So we can ask Dash a question. Dash, do you like the color pink? And we have the ability to navigate and to drive Dash. And so there's 2 functions here. One is to be able to drive. And so just by holding down the black circle in the middle, we can drive Dash backwards. Oop! And we can drive Dash forwards. And the other function here is our caret. And we call this our speed caret. And so if it is a full caret, that means that we're at full speed. I didn't realize we were at full speed. And now we're at just a little bit of speed. So if you don't have a large classroom and you don't want the robots to go quite as fast as he just did, we can decrease the speed. So you can see he's moving at a much slower speed. And these are the functions within the Go app from Wonder Workshop. Next, we're going to look at the Wonder app. And the Wonder app makes robotics accessible to students ages 8 and up. Students can use their devices to create their own real-world gadgets and coding for robots. And they can design behaviors and interactions for Dash and Dot that will provide personality. Students engage through the scroll quest and free play areas. And they can do a self-guided exploration of programming and robotics. They can also create their own coding creations in free play. And they can visit the inventor's log to see which abilities they have unlocked. The Wonder app is recommended for 3rd to 7th grade students. So let's look at the Wonder app. And upon opening the app, you can see that up in the right-hand corner, we've connected to our Dash robot. So we have the option of going into the inventor's log. And this will show us what abilities have already been unlocked. And there's also a cute narration story there. that you can view. We can go into Scroll Quest. So this is where the self-guided exploration is. And we can go in, and this is the very first challenge. And it's getting Dash to say hello to us. So it's going to prompt the students, "Hello world, welcome to the Wonder League. We play with robots to make them smarter. Let's say hello to your new robot." And then it's going to give students a visual cue and then also written directions. Tap the run button to hear a special greeting from Dash.
Whoa. Hi.
And then it says challenge completed. You completed Hello World. And then we can go on to the next challenge. And Dash is very excited. Or we can go to free play. And from free play, we also have the ability to add a lot of different functions and actions as we move through the puzzles and unlock more puzzles. So you can see here under light, we have lots of options to add to our coding. Under sound, we've unlocked a lot of different sound effects. There's different animations. There's the ability to add different movements for Dash. There are special features and abilities. And then there's accessories. Anytime we click on accessories, it's going to remind the students to make sure that we have the ball launcher ready and available if we're going to perform those actions. Some other things within Wonder, when we're doing the challenges, there's a hint button. There's also a let's try it. So these are new challenges in here. And then there's the ability to transfer the coding directly to the robot so that this robot's name is Joey, so that Joey remembers the coding. And these are some of the functions and actions that we can perform within Wonder. The next app we're going to look at is Blockly. And Blockly is a drag and drop visual programming tool designed by Google, and it's similar to the programming of Scratch that introduces children as young as 8 to the fundamental programming concepts. Students can take on coding challenges and they can make their own programs for Dash and Dot using Blockly's block-based coding interface. And this program lets you turn your silliest or most ambitious ideas into reality. Students can start by snapping blocks to the when to give commands to Dash and Dot. Their projects will auto-save as they code. There are puzzles that will help them learn how to code and also to unlock other behaviors and actions. So now let's look at the Blockly app. So upon opening the app, we have three different options. We can go into our puzzles, we can go into our previously created projects, or we can create a brand new project. So let's look at puzzles first. So there are 20 puzzles for Dash and Dot. And let's go into one of them. So this is Police Officer Dash is standing guard when a criminal comes around. Dash springs into action and goes off after the intruder. And it says, Police Officer Dash needs a bold expression. Complete the eye pattern. And if we don't know what to do next, there's always, in both Blockly and in Wonder, there's always a need a hint button. And then that helpful hint will pop up. It says tap the eye pattern block to edit it. You can complete the eye pattern that's already there or make up one of your own. Okay, well now I know what to do. So let's click on the eye pattern. And now we can change the eye pattern to whatever we would like. We can turn all of them off. We can only have maybe just a few on. And then we're going to click the start button. And then we're going to see his pattern change on his eyes. The students are going to receive feedback. Good job. And then the puzzle is going to continue until they have unlocked all of the challenges. Another option is to go into their existing projects that they've already worked on, and they can go in and edit these projects. Or we can go in and create our brand new project. So I want to create a brand new blank project. I'm going to click on it and click Create. So just like Wonder, as we move through the Blockly program, we unlock more options. So these are different start options. We have drive options, different look options. There is light and sound for Dash and Dot. There are controls that we can add to our coding, variables, and then accessories. So if we want to create, we just simply drag it and connect it. If we click on it, it's going to give us some more information. Let's do a silly sound. Let's do a weird beep. And if we click the start, we see that Dash turned 90 degrees and he made a very weird beep. So this is the Blockly app for Wonder Workshop. And now we're going to talk about the Path app. And Path introduces students to sequences and events and sensors through its simple draw, drag, and drop interface. You can plan, program, and execute an adventure for Dash while learning fundamental concepts of computational thinking. Students can draw a path to where they want Dash to go with a single line of code, and then add nodes to the path to give Dash special abilities. They can then press the top of Dash's actual head or the robot on the screen to watch Dash go. So now let's look at the Path app. So there are 4 themes within the Path app. And the Path app is recommended for kindergarten to 4th grade students. There is the open floor plan theme. There is the race car theme, a farm theme, and a city theme. And we're just going to go on to the first 2. And Dash gets very excited when we open up Path. So as we mentioned, this is just a simple drag and drop. So students are going to grab a hold and push down on the dotted circle. And then they're just going to drag the circle to where they want Dash to go. From here, they can add different nodes, which are these objects at the bottom. Or they can open up the box and they can change out some of the nodes. So this one here is a pre-recorded sound, and we have a pause we can put away, or we can keep it back out. So let's add in a tire squeal and a pause. Oh, sorry, I pushed too hard. We just went all the way out. We can do that again. So we'll just add this one and a pause. And we can change the pause to what we want it to be. Now he's paused and he's back. So that's the open navigation. The next 2 are the race car. Oh, and Dash really enjoys this one. And so these themes will also give students a pattern to follow, so they have to complete the pattern. For this demo, we're just going to show you quickly how you just draw on here, and it's going to give the students a reminder of what to add. And then you're going to press the top of the robot on the screen. And that's the Path app. The Path app can be used to learn how to drag and drop. It can also be used in the open forum for you to create your own obstacle courses in the classroom and have the students drag and drop the circle in order to navigate through the obstacle course. You can add measurement and math equations into that also. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Xylo app. And upon opening up this app, students have the option of going right away to programming their own music, or they can play a sample song. Dash, you turned away from the camera. But before we do that, I think it's important to teach students how they play a role in the robots and how they perform and function. So this is the task to calibrate the robot. And so it gives the students instructions as far as how to put the mallet and the xylophone on. And then we have to go in and test the keys. So we tested key 1. And now we're going to move and test key 5, which is the turquoise key. Ooh, that sounded pretty, Dash. And then we're going to test key 8, which is the purple, the violetta key. Ooh, that sounded pretty. So now it's going to store the calibration, and now we're done. So we can play an existing song. Or we can go into the menu. We could select another song that's already been created, or we can just create a new song. And so we're going to create a song while Dash is playing. And we're just going to tap on the notes. And we can actually move the notes as he's playing. And this is the Xylo app. Thank you, Dash, from Wonder Workshop. Ooh, thanks, Dash. So now let's talk a little bit about all the accessories for Dash and Dot. So Dash has accessories. He has the building brick connectors, which you can see on the Dash that's in the back there, the bunny ears and tail, the tow hook, the xylophone, the ball launcher, and the bulldozer bar. Dot's accessories are the building brick connectors, the bunny ears and tail, which she's sporting right now, and also the tow hook. So what does Dash and Dot look like in your classroom? Our recommendation is to start by orientating students in implementing Dash and Dot in your classroom in a large group setting. This will allow you to go over the rules for Dash and Dot and how they like to be treated, along with the different behaviors and actions Dash and Dot can perform with their help. The large group setting can facilitate the understanding of how the robots and apps work together. They also provide a platform for demonstrations or large group team activities. But our goal is for students to interact personally with Dash and Dot. This is a hands-on learning experience, so small group work should be encouraged. The recommendation is no more than 3 students per robot to promote that active participation. Dash and Dot can also be used for student differentiation and remediation, either for a group or an individual student. So now the first thing we probably think of when we talk about robotics is, okay, I can add Dash and Dot to my science and coding lessons. That seems like a simple implementation. So think about what else you can do with science and coding together. So we recommend starting with a question. Can you, would you, imagine if? All of these questions open up a world of possibilities and learning for our students. Starting with a question provides students with the opportunity to use critical thinking skills to design a plan of action. You give students a hint or prompts along the way, or perhaps you design an inquiry-based project with a series of questions to guide their project. What does math look like with Dash and Dot? Well, let's make problem solving an adventure with Dash acting out a math equation. Have students measuring Dash's travels. Create simple math games with dice, ping pong balls, or a deck of cards. You can use Dash and Dot to make math come alive with different movements and sounds and lights. What about literacy lessons with Dash and Dot? So what if Dash becomes a famous person in a lesson? Students research one famous person, they create a timeline, and they make a presentation. And Dash or Dot act out part of the presentation. So part of that goal is to also create coding Another option is geography. So what about students writing a story of Dot and Dash's adventures around the world? Students can measure distances and estimate angles in order to program the robot to flash, move, or make sounds to act out their story. These activities could be split up along multiple classrooms for 30 minutes each. There are also more lessons available in the Teacher Implementation Kit and the Teacher Portal. There are YouTube videos showing jousting lessons when students are learning about history, the history of knights. And there's also the Wonder League, where you can join a group of Dash and Dot educators and share ideas. We also offer support through our Getting Started articles, and you can contact us at customer support if you have a question. We also list a lot of resources on our website. So you can go to our Wonder Workshop website at wonderworkshop.sunburst.com. And we have information about the importance of robotics, our alignments, frequently asked questions are listed here. And then here are some of the frequently asked questions that are listed. And you can download the PDF of these. So one of our most frequently asked questions, how do we connect to Dash and Dot? So if we go to one of our apps here, if we go into the Go app, and it's going to search for a robot, but unfortunately there are no robots here, you're going to see this orange circle with a plus sign. That's how we're going to search for a robot. Some other questions involving how to restart our robots and how do we turn our robots off. They do shut off after 15 minutes of non-use, but you can also turn them off manually. And both Dash and Dot have a charging portal that's here, and then an off button. And then if you are looking to purchase more Wonder Workshop products, we do offer different packages and pilots. So we have our class packs, our Wonder packs, and our pilots, and also our accessory packs. And we want to thank you for joining us today and learning about Dash and Dot and how to get started in your classroom.